Okay. Hopefully the audio is not too loud, but... Okay, I was... Yeah, you're in the right spot, and then everybody else has moved over. Okay. And now off to... Do I want to try tackling this bug? That's the question. Yeah, you better enter play mode there, Unity. That shouldn't take 30 seconds. Just like this shouldn't be this hard to figure out the math on this, and yet. Whoops. Okay, it's here. The layer in position. Or layer by position? Yeah, layer by position. Why am I doing it like that? Okay, so... Did I... Wait, hey. Oh, I did update it, but then it didn't save that I updated it because the power cut out. Oh, that means it's layering by position just fine. Oh. This is, yeah, on update. I think the other thing I was messing with was not on update. So no wonder it wasn't working. Yeah, okay, initial sort order. So theoretically, I should be able to do a math F. Holy balls. Math F dot abs. Make this whole thing negative then, right? Oh, I'm rounding it to an int because you can't put a float inside of whatchamacallit. I gotta think so hard, Unity. There's just so much junk in this system. Which is probably why they laid off a quarter of their staff. Because they just have so much bloat. Which still sucks for, you know, the quarter of the staff that got laid off. Okay, there we go. Now you're layering in the position correctly. And honestly, I don't think I want them any lower. Yeah, because I want this to be a little more visible. So I think I want to add another layer of maybe 2. So give me 2 there, but then that means I need to offset this like so. Nope, other way around. Yeah, because the audience is layering under there. Under where? Ha ha ha. Oh, so maybe the -1 was fine. So maybe I didn't need to mess with it. Okay. Yeah, the -1 was fine. Technically, I don't even have to do that upper layer. I don't know if I'm going to move the camera. Well, I may or may not cram these together a little more, too. Because they're kind of uniform. Yeah, I need a little bit more of... Why is it showing seams as well? Okay. The whole thing was, I think I want to get the gameplay loop going. Meaning I need... Yeah, I did so much work on trying to make the skill tree scene look good and work well. Which is good, because this is the main thing. But it needs to tie into an actual evaluation of whether this is good or not. So... Okay, and like I said, I can fix bugs and stuff later, because like that is not entirely accurate. Yeah, it's so juicy. Yeah, I keep wanting to drag and drop it. I don't know, it's like if I keep trying to do it, maybe that's a sign I should just fix it now. Meaning this button is actually useless to me. Because what I actually want is... So now it's gonna need a... Can I do just a... It's not a physics 2D. Wait, so here... I guess the image? It's just because this doesn't have when you press down on the button. It's only when you let go of the button does it actually click the button. At least I think I need a collider for this to work. If I do a on mouse over then, right? Oh, I guess I should double check that I'm live, right? Again, I'm just streaming some game development. Not gonna be interesting to hardly anyone, but I should still double check that everything is functioning okay. Okay, no, we're not gonna look at random Twitter follows right now because good chance they're just bots. Okay, so much like I am doing with the mouse pickup, more than likely is the on mouse over if the left mouse button. Yes, I know I didn't grab an extra one of those. That was intentional. Okay, I guess the can move. It's not necessary. So then game object, or yes, the game object this is attached to needs to be set active to false. That's not quotes. It's not text. There we go. Oh, I guess I am streaming off of my schedule too, which might also mess with it. Okay, but so let's just test that then. So we're gonna disable the button. So disable the button. And then see if I do an on mouse over, does that actually do anything or not? Because this is attached to a thing that does not have even an image. Yes, that's not. Oh yeah, tooltips should be popping up here. That's the other thing I need to do. Okay, so it can't... Okay, then the test is... So if I add an image... make it invisible. It does that, give me a mouse over. Or is this a physics thing? It's giving me a green square, so maybe. No. Bummer. Like button, it's like, So if I add a UI... selectable? What does that mean? That's a button, but not as cool. It's the same thing as the button stuff, but just that is on click. But if it doesn't have an on click, then that's not really selectable, then is it? It's not really useful, then is it? So UI. Can add a shadow. Okay, the button. Don't help me none. Okay. So again, not physics. So if I do a box collider 2D, does that work? I didn't see where the box. Okay, the box collider 2D is how big? Like, where is it? Ah, that's what I was afraid of, is that it was... Yeah, okay, how do I... So that's not anything. I guess it could be, but that's... That doesn't feel right. That doesn't feel like it's gonna work with the canvas. It's like a button works just fine, except for it doesn't do on... Unity UI button pressed. Yeah, okay. On pointer down. But does this... Okay, you're already using that. And then I need to add these pointer handlers to this. And these need to come out of here and go like here or something. No? Shouldn't all of this be in... Yeah, I was like, shouldn't all of this be in here? Oh, I added an extra one of those. That's why. Nope. Just tab. Not shift tab. Okay, Control Z, tab. There we go. So I don't actually need that button pressed either. And this on mouse over was not doing anything. So let's see if this pointer up and pointer down thing works. To me, that sounds like it's just gonna get the... whether the mouse has been clicked or not the position of the mouse. At least that's what it sounds like to me, is just, did you click the mouse, not did you click it on an object. They're not all disappearing all at once. Okay, wow. Sweet. I'm glad I just disabled that button stuff because I need to remember what I was doing. Spawn skill. Okay. So I need to spawn the skill before I set this whole thing to false. Would help. Yeah, okay, so it was that one forum post. So I wonder what part of the skill, like, is it anywhere on the skill that I can click? There we go. Now I can actually click and drag them. It's such a nice, satisfying pop, and it's a wooden... It's dropping a die into a wooden tray. So it got that nice pop sound. Why are all the hairstyles goofed again? It's because they keep going in and out of goofedness. Like, I think I need to redo this entire character creation system, unfortunately. And I'm not looking forward to that, which is why I haven't done it. Okay, so... I think it doesn't now, because I fixed how it actually... And... that probably is still happening, but you can't tell because... Well, I think... Am I still able to multi-grab? Yes. That's still an issue. Well, some of this might be... Yeah, okay. So some of that is just because it didn't have a valid spot to put it. It's fun with this. It's so juicy. I love it. Okay, now you need to be actually attacking each other. This is the scene I need to figure out. Is the actual combat scene. Is there any other? It's like, no. Oh, that's adding the sprite to the tooltip, and the tooltip should show up for the... Oh, that's necessary, though, to actually place those skills on the board. Because actually, let's do... like 5. I really only want there to be a few skills on the board, and technically, they should be locked, which I don't have an ability to do that, but I'm not... It's not what I'm messing with right now. Okay, so how am I doing the tooltip? Oh, it's not nearly as easy as I was hoping. Yeah, it's almost like if I could just put the... you know, essentially make it like a card that has all the info below it. Nah, I think it is. I just need to add a tooltip. Which is, I think, just gonna be a UI tooltip then. Oh, I wanted to... that's, again, not I think I should be doing, but I think I want to work on, so maybe I will do it. It's also just to have more done. It's just, I gotta get that combat scene, though, to actually have a, you know, you win or you lose. To actually have the stats mean something, but... yeah, here. Skill connections can be marooned. That is going to require, I think, a recursive search down all of the neighbors of each of the skills to say, okay, is one of your neighbors, or all the neighbors in the chain, because right now I think this is still viable. Yes. Yeah, these are connected to each other, so. Yeah, I can't remove that. But if I do that, then I can walk a set of connected skills wherever I want on the board, which is not intentional. Okay, so the skill connection. So the is connected. I'm gonna mess with the tooltip later. Connected. You're gonna have to be a little more specific. Yeah, so it's just seeing if the top neighbor is connected, or if any of them are connected. Wait, so what is check connections then? Oh, this is to say whether to add or remove connections, which I don't think that's working entirely correctly either. That's the other thing. I wanted to do a YouTube video. I wanted to, for the first time in a long time, to do like a, hey, here's a week worth of update on this game. And here's the new game for this year. And here's a new video for I'm back. Okay. So it's... so if top skill dot connected. Wait, is it public then? No. is the skill thing? Doesn't look like it's public. How is it? It's just getting a skill at position. Skill not connected. How is it accessing this? Interesting. It says check connections. So it's if the top skill. Well, does it have a list of neighbors? That's really what it is a get neighbors. Okay, so let's do a get neighbors then. Or maybe not, yeah, not a set neighbors, but I think a find neighbors then. That's really what it's gonna be. That's all the connection stuff, so. I guess it doesn't need to be public or private, but so. Well, okay, so this is find neighbors. Ah! I typed the word that I wanted, and then it said, oh, you want to autocomplete with the word that already exists. No, I wanted to autocomplete the thing I had already started. Close, but no cigar. Which, cigars are kind of gross. I don't know why you would want one. Okay, so find neighbors is where it's going to be doing this sort of thing. And by this sort of thing, I mean this exact thing. Okay, we're going to do a list of neighbors at this point. So, list of sprites, list of colors. No list of game objects. Plus, I don't think it needs to be... No, this is the list of the white connection objects. Not the list of neighbors. It's a separate thing. It's a separate system. It's a similar sort of system, but it's a separate one. So, neighbors. Yeah, so this is one of those back-end things where it's like, okay, if I get this working, I can... It makes everything a bit more robust. So neighbors dot clear. Okay, I think I need to initialize it here first, though. I do. Neighbors is a new list of game objects. So that now I can safely clear that list of game objects. And then say neighbors.add. One issue with this, though, is that... Will it add a null? Oh, that's the skill. It's fine, actually. So it can be a list of skills as opposed to game objects. Oh, I don't know what's going to happen when it hits the bottom of this playlist, which it most certainly could. It'll take a little while, but it most certainly could. Ah, loop the playlist. There is a button to solve my problem. Okay. Yeah, that's the issue though, is that it's probably going to add, well, if it adds a null, it means it's not going to add anything, right? Well, this will give me a whole list of... Well, okay, you know what I might do is keep the top skill, bottom skill, whatever skill. And then say that's fine. And then just add them to a list anyway. Yeah, because then I can check specifically, like, because then I can say, like, skills in this row, or, you know, horizontal skills. And then it'll check the left and right neighbors, or vertical skills, and check the top and bottom neighbors. And the reason I want to do that specifically is because I think if I add a null neighbor into here, it's not going to be 4 neighbors every time. It's going to be like possibly less. And then if I try to use a number to say, hey, get the first neighbor as in get the top neighbor, it'll get the whatever neighbors exist. Well, I guess I could. So at the end of this, spit out. So if it gives me a different number than 4, I know the nulls are not working. Okay, and I need to actually use this at some point. So that'll be here. I said I was adding juice to the game, and here I am, instead of doing the combat scene like I probably should be, to get the actual gameplay loop going. I'm making the skill tree more restrictive. But as I was demonstrating, I don't want you to be able to walk a set of active skills across the board to whatever skill you want to have active. Okay, so despite the fact that none of these have... So I actually can rely on... Meaning I can just say neighbor 0, which is going to be the top one. So I don't necessarily need this top skill. So instead, I can do because I'm like, ideally, I don't want it to have all that. Yeah, it seems silly. That's connections, and that's connections. Oh, I'm just using it right here anyway. So then this is neighbors, not negbers. At 0. Okay, so let's just do this. Okay, and then remember the skills, the the dangers of copy pasting. There we go. So now I mindlessly put that in to have it completely break when I go to look at it like here. I want to get rid of the debug because it's saying 4 neighbors no matter what. Okay, so much like that other thing, I can do this and then just get rid of this. Probably a bit dangerous, but I like to live dangerously. Well, I don't like to live dangerously, I live dangerously. I don't like that I do it, but I do it. Bottom. Bottom. Negber. And then get rid of the debug. Okay. So now so theoretically this should function the exact same. I mean, it's not going to put the debug logs here, but it should function the way it was functioning if I did this right. That seems to be connecting. That seems to be connecting. That seems to be connecting. Okay. But now I have a list of neighbors. Okay, you don't need to find neighbors twice. Oh, that's true. This start skill doesn't need to find its neighbors anyway. So now while okay. No, okay. It's like I do need to do this in the update because I need to check every turn. I need to check every update if. Okay, so now we do a bool found start, which is false. And then while Oh, and then I need to do a get neighbors, which will return the list of neighbors. Yeah, finding neighbors is initializing it. But I want to put it with the getters and setters, so... Oh, there's a way to make it so that you can roll these up a little bit. Nope. List of skills to pay the bills. Which I don't know if the game does well. I guess it would pay bills. That's some very wishful thinking, though. Get neighbors. I said it too many times. Get neighbors. And now run. Return. It's like if you say it wrong, you're gonna continue to do it wrong. It's like say it right, and then you might have a chance of doing it right. Okay, so it's a for each skill neighbor in neighbors. Neighbor dot get neighbors. Okay. So for each of the neighbors, get their neighbors. And then if the dang it, the recursive stuff is always a pain. So for each of the neighbors, get the neighbors and go through each of them. Which would then be for each neighbor in this. It's not gonna get all of them though, right? Yeah, because then it's gonna say in each of those neighbors, get those neighbors. And that's not, it's like, how do I recursively do that? Well, okay. What is the other thing I want to do? And then it's a start type. So check the type. So if the neighbor dot type equals start type dot start, then found start. Okay, well, you gotta make sure you found the neighbors first. So make sure you get the neighbors first, then go through each of them. And then here is a if, well, okay, no. Then connected just equals found start. Okay, why are these not with this connected? Because connected does something else too, right? Yeah, here. Like, so why am I... It should just be equal to whatever connected is. Well, right now, that's just if... Okay, again, because I'm a scaredy cat, we're going to just comment out the stuff that's sort of working. I mean, it's working, except for the fact that you could walk the skills away from the start, which I don't want to do. Okay, but the problem now is that it's only going to say, for this first layer, did I find the start? So if you place it next to the start, does it find it, basically? Now, can I... Because there's something else setting connected, right? Or is this just checking it? This is setting connected. Oh, when you initialize it. Which is the start skill. Okay, so I don't need found start anymore. That could bugger off too. Okay, so connected. So now, there. You can be there. This can bugger off, and then that can stay there. Then this. Okay, so right now, I can check if there's the start next to the thing. And in that case, just that one case, it's gonna work. Then I gotta figure out how to recursively check each of the neighbors to find the start. And that's where it's gonna hurt my brain. You sucketh. I didn't even do anything. Oh. Let's do a null check first. Because, yeah, it does have a list of most of the neighbors, at least in the start, because there's so few. I'm most certainly going to be null. Okay. There we go. No. No. I think... Because I think I ran into this last time. I was like, okay, we'll do an and. It's like, no, I think I have more stuff I'm going to put in here. Meaning it's not an and. There we go. So now check if it's null, and then check if it's start. And then I think, more than likely, I will put... I guess we'll see. If I don't put more in there, I can do the and, but if I do... Okay, so now it should just find the start. Okay, so here. Okay, good. And then if I do this, good. If I do this, interesting. The connections are entirely not related, are they? Oh, no, these. Because these are active, they're saying I'm connected to this, but then this is not saying it's connected to those. Meaning maybe I should back that up. So, okay, I'll have to redo the connections here, but... Okay, now, time to hurt my brain with recursion. Because now it's for each of the neighbors in the neighbors, get their neighbors and go through all their neighbors. So how do I do that recursively? Yeah, which is a... That's... yeah. But this is... okay. I'm assuming some kind of while loop. And then this is where it's going to get dangerous in terms of probably going to explode Unity. So... So while neighbors... So how do I keep going into all the neighbors? like I said, I can do neighbor.getNeighbor, but that doesn't help me. So maybe a check neighbors, which will go into the neighbors. So we do a somewhere around the bottom, I think, at this point. So that's finding neighbors. This is right. It's not a well, because I can get the neighbors. I have the list of neighbors. So how do I say? It's like, well, neighbor.neighbor is not null. I'm doing some amount of recursion in this game. And I don't remember how or where or why, but it's, again, I think somewhat similar. Yeah, that's what it was, the movement. I'm just putting in a number and then recursively stepping through it. Yeah, okay, here, maybe? Yeah, it's a method that needs to call itself. So the max distance is where I'm putting it into a method. Yeah, okay, I bumped them all up to 2, so it's not really... So in update neighbors... and some move neighbors. Yeah, here, and then update neighbors. Yeah, okay, so... maybe find start, I guess? So I need a method, and then I'm just... okay, we'll call it find start skill. Okay, and then it needs to take in something. Probably a list of neighbors. List of skills. Neighbors. And then I guess if the neighbors dot count. Oh, because I don't want it to research through the... shoot, yeah, because it could do find the neighbor of the one to the right, and then the one to the right says there's one to the left, and then the one to the left says there's one on the right. And then that just kind of ping-pongs until the heat death of the universe, which is not ideal. Okay, find start skill. Well, and the way I did it with the movement is that I passed in the thing -1, but... okay, but this is sort of the... this is not a thing to run, because this will just explode. But this is the semblance of an idea. And this was void. This one doesn't return anything, does it? But it could. So I guess this returns a bool. So bool. That I don't think that's. Okay, so then here I do the for each neighbor. The skill is equal to null, continue. Other way around. I think if it's not equal to null, then you can do something with it. Well, this is where it would check if it's a start skill. So here. Which I think now I can go back to doing the and. Okay, just call it neighbor. Okay, if it's not equal to null, and its type is start, then connected is true. And then break. Yeah, then break out of this. But then how do you break out of it otherwise? Because it's if it, like I said, if there's two skills next to each other that do not have, they're just gonna constantly check each other. I guess it would be checked neighbors. Fudge face. I mean, could I just go from the start skill and just say if it's like all of its neighbors are connected? Yeah, instead of going... Maybe that's the way to do it instead. So... if it's not the start skill, so here instead, if it is the start skill, then find neighbors. And then the... shoot. Okay, so that's here instead of find start skill. So set connected neighbors. Oh, and so then it would be a if I knew this was gonna be a pain, but I wanted to do it because this is. Okay, so now what I'm doing here is okay, so that doesn't need to be there either anymore. So now set connected neighbors and then its neighbors. Oh. Doesn't matter whether you are a start skill or not. Find neighbors. So now for each of them, it needs to check if it's already been added to a list. Oh, okay, so let's just do, again, it's one of those, just do one loop. Just do one loop, and then you can try to figure out how to do a second. And then once you figure out how to do a second, you're pretty much good. Okay, so that's the neighbor. Dot set connected. Ah, dang it. So where's set connected, really? There's not a... It's a public... Ooh. No, you're not returning anything. Set connected. And that's a bool. Connected. It was doing getters and setters earlier. I don't remember how it was doing it. Connected. Nope. This dot connected. Equals connected. Oops, that's too many of those. Okay, and then I public void get connected. Not void. Ooh. And then return connected. There. Okay, so now here it's just a neighbor dot set connected like that to true. And then it's a set connected neighbors, passing in the neighbor dot neighbors. So the start skill is going to tell all of its neighbors that they are connected, and then all those neighbors, then each of those neighbors is going to tell their neighbors that they're connected. So that's never going to break out of this list, this thing though, right? Because it's not gonna. Because so if that'll loop back in on itself, then it should set all of the connected neighbors. So each scale neighbor and neighbors. If it's not on, oop, that is not what I wanted. If neighbor dot get connected is false. If not connected. Yeah, so this is the start skill. If its neighbors are not connected, then run that. I still think this is going to explode. So for that first round, it'll say, okay, this top neighbor is not connected. It'll become connected. Then the top neighbor will go to its top neighbor. That's not connected, and it'll connect it. Then that top neighbor will find nothing, go to the right. Find nothing, go to the bottom. Find that, which it is connected. So it's not going to do anything. Yeah. No. So this is a neighbor dot get connected. Okay, now, so it'll go to that, so it'll check the bottom neighbor, which was that previous neighbor, and say it's already connected, so it won't try to connect its other neighbors. Then that's a null. So then this will go to the right. That's nothing. That's the start skill, which is already connected. Right? Yes. The start skill starts connected. Yes. And then that, and then... So hopefully this won't explode. It will explode. Okay. I'm gonna do save. I'm gonna do a save. Yeah, so this was one of those. It's super easy to write out the like orphan skills should not be connected. This is a pretty easy bug to write out, but to actually figure it out. Okay, moment of truth. Yeah, audio is... it exploded, but... Oh, forgot to check if it was null or not. Neighbor is not equal to null. Which is probably what I need to do down here as well. So if the neighbor is not equal to null and not connected. It's not the button I wanted. Yes, I know I can just hit Control S. I don't like to have my hand on the keyboard. Okay. So now let's see if it explodes and... Oh, that was me hitting Control S. So I have been hitting Control S. Okay. And new moment of truth. Second moment of truth. It did not explode. But it did not recursively go through these. Is it even trying to? Okay, I'm finding the neighbors no matter what. I don't need that there. Okay, so for this first one, that's working. So for each neighbor in neighbors, this is on update. If the neighbor is not equal to null, which the top one was not. So if I do the just 2, if I have the start skill, it's one of those like kind of bust out Paint, or maybe Paint 3D if I'm cool. Which I don't. Well, it's not necessarily any cooler, but basically, if I have the start skill here, and then I have a skill here, and then a skill here. So the start skill will go here to this neighbor. So this is the start skill. It'll go through all of its neighbors, which is these 4 spots. Okay, well this, 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 and this, this, and this, and this, and this. So each neighbor in the neighbors. So this is the start skill. It'll go through each of these 4 neighbors. So if the neighbor is not equal to null, which is not equal to null, it's not connected, not yet, then it'll set the connected neighbors. Which is its list of neighbors. So it'll say for each of these neighbors, if the neighbor is not equal to null, and it's passing in its list of neighbors. If the neighbor is not equal to null, which from its list, this is not equal to null, and the neighbor is not connected, which it is connected. No. It hasn't been connected, right? Is it or is it yes or no? So no, it is. This is not actually set whether it's connected or not. So now in this set connected, or rather set connected neighbors. So now it's here. This start skill here has passed in this list of neighbors. And that is not equal to null. And it's not connected because it hasn't been set connected to true. So now it's been set to true. And then it'll pass in its neighbors. So now this is set to true. This, and this just got passed into here. So now, for each of those neighbors, yeah, so this, and this just got passed in. So now each of those, if it's not equal to null, this is not equal to null, and it's not connected, then it should set it to true and then put it in its own list of neighbors. Right? And then, so now this one is putting in this list of neighbors. Oh, that's why I was trying to separate them, I think. I think that's the issue. So now for this, it's going to say this is not equal to null. No, it is null. So then it skips over all this. Which I guess it should. Yeah, well, it shouldn't be setting any of the connected neighbors if there is no other... Damn it! No, that was making sense to me. As in, it should be working, and yet it's not doing what I thought. It's only going one deep. When it should be going all the deep. Yeah, so there's nothing connected to it. There's one connected to it, and then you don't want to do it. And then you don't want to do it. Ah! Yeah, but the reason I want this to work is so I don't have it so that when these two get connected and then I walk this third one up. Yeah, like that. I was doing all of this to avoid this situation. You're supposed to... I made it so much worse, I guess. Okay, disconnected ever gets set to false. No. I mean, the start scale has to stay connected. That's his whole thing. Dadgummit. Well, that should be... I mean, I could bring this back. And just see... I mean, because this is on an update... Oh, well, no. It's before this, meaning that should... Okay, well, let's just see if that fixes that issue. Oh, I've been standing for almost an hour and a half. Could probably do a sit. I don't think. Ah! Okay, so now none of them are connected. Mm. Okay, I'm gonna sit. Wow. It's not 8 o'clock. It's almost 8 o'clock, but I think it's happening a little early here. And I'm getting tired because this is using brain power. This is clearly not working. It doesn't seem like it's that hard. So the start skill is going to go through all of its neighbors, and if all the stuff it can find that are false, it'll go through and set them. So it's going to go through. Okay, wait. Why am I doing the list here? It should just be this. I don't need to be doing the for each neighbor. It just needs to be doing because it's gonna pass in the list. I don't need to be passing in the list again. Okay, well. Yeah, so it's just going to say pass in its list of neighbors. All of those are connected, and then when each of those are connected, it'll go to all of the other ones and tell those neighbors that they're connected. So, connected. And not. Also not. Also not. Why does it not do the thing? Okay, so it's clearly working for the start. So for this start node here, if the neighbor is not equal to null, and it's not connected, then is set connected, and then set connected neighbors. So then this passes in neighbor dot neighbors. So its list of neighbors, which is this, 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 and this. So now for its list of neighbors, if it's not equal to null, which this is not equal to null, and it is not connected. It's not connected. Then it should be set connected to true, and then do its list of neighbors. And then once they're all connected, it'll stop running this. Why are you stopping? Set connected neighbors. It's doing it the once. But then it doesn't do this. Neighbor.neighbors. This. Its neighbors. Also, it should be get neighbors, right? Did it ever find its neighbors? It's on... Yeah, it does it on update. Find neighbors. Which is that. Which it was saying it has the 4 neighbors. So the neighbors seem to be... It was working earlier. I tested it with the old code, but this was working. Neighbor.set connected. It's not passing in the neighbor though. It's passing in its neighbors. It's the list of stuff around it. It should be a list of 4. It's all of them said they had 4. And I'm not resetting the connection. So like here, if I drag this over and connect it, and then I drag it over there, it's just on now. But why are you getting stuck here? It's neighbor.get connected. This neighbor here, right? It's not... Yeah, neighbors. But there is no neighbor. It's a list of neighbors. A list of neighbors is the only thing that's a global thing. It's setting it connected to true, meaning it must be passing this in. And it's not adding itself to the list of neighbors. Yeah, 4 weeks from then. Kidney stone didn't start moving until Monday. So it's next Monday to be 4 weeks from when it started moving. Okay. They all start false, right? Connected is false. Yeah, otherwise they would... I mean, because if it's connected, then it does a whole bunch of other stuff. Yeah, if it's not connected, then the cover... Oh, here, check connections. Folk. Oh, it's the mouse pickup? Because it's real enabling the cover, right? It's not, yeah, it's not... Fook! Okay. This was the thing that was just making everything false. This was working fine. It doesn't connect to the start skill like it's supposed to. It just means that you can walk a set of connected skills across the board, which is not what I want. It's just baffling me where it's stopping after... It should still go through all the neighbors of the... So the start skill goes through its neighbor here. If it's not equal to null and it's not connected, set connected to true, which it's doing, which means it's doing this. Meaning this neighbor is passing in its neighbors. Which it should be finding them. Because it said it does it on the update right here. Okay, what if I do exactly what I'm doing? Because I keep doing something slightly different. If I do exactly what I'm doing, and say, put a skill point here, and then put a skill point here. Why is this not connecting to this? So can I look at you and see, or even here, can I see your neighbors? I don't think so. That's the bench? No! No, no, no! Bugger off. This. Oh, I could have just clicked it. Yeah, goof. Yeah, okay, but that wouldn't be this. Yeah, okay. So this start skill, can I see your neighbors? I don't think so. Because I don't think I made them. I mean, clearly, it's got this, though. Meaning this should, if it's using the exact same dumb dad blasted mother flippin' thing, have this as a neighbor. Yeah, okay, that should not be a thing. Let's throw that down as a bug and a thing that I can fix easily. I mean, if I give it some kind of actual value beyond just being the starting connection, then I suppose, yes, it could be. But for right now, that's the mouse pickup. I need the... That's all the tooltip stuff. Okay, the thing I was trying to do was the on mouse over on click on this. I'm gonna grab some water real quick, I think. I think I got about an hour until my mind is completely mush. It's only mostly mush right now. Hopefully. You know, I fixed that little bug. This isn't a big bug. This is a... I mean, I guess I put it down as a bug, but... What? How and why did you play the animation there for a second? At least it sure looked like you did. Fuck are you? If it's the start skill, it sets connected neighbors. For each neighbor in neighbors. Does it not have neighbors? Let's just try that then. So neighbor dot find neighbors. So make sure you have neighbors. You're doing it on update. You should. Like, I don't know why it wouldn't. This will guarantee that it does have neighbors, right? Yeah, and finding neighbors clears whatever's there and then gets a new list, so shouldn't. Fuck you. Wait. Why did you do that? Fuck you. Fuck you. Fuck you. Wait. Why did you do that? Fuck you. Fuck you. Why do both of these have to be connected? Yeah, and that's still an issue. So... Okay, I don't know if it was doing that before. Was it? I didn't really check that, did I? So was it or was it not? Yes or no? So if I comment that out, does this mean it had neighbors and it was... So now I'm wondering if you get all of its connected neighbors? So you, and then you, and then you. So no, that was a new thing. But then why was it... Again, why is it only... the first layer? Or in this case, why was it... What? Is it this finding neighbors thing? Is the neighbors... That was working just fine earlier, though. I don't think that's it. I think it's this recursive stuff. Because if I go back to what I had, it worked fine. Yeah, so this is just wild. Where does this and that? But then if I do a double connect, that works. Like, what in the world? Okay, but... What? Why are you... What? Excuse me, fuck off. What the hell, huh? So you are doing it recursively, you're not exploding. But you're not fucking doing it right. Oh, fuck off. What? Now you're doing it? Because what should happen... Oh, well, they're not getting reset. What? Fuck off. Fuck off. Fuck off. Fuck off. What? Huh? It's on update, right? Why are you being so selective about this bullshit? So now, no, you don't want to do it. It's on update. I swear this is on the update. Update for the start skill here. I do not understand what's happening. How are you only kind of working? Okay, so this is a 10 by 10, so 100. Yeah, so this is half. So half of the skills should be filled in. So that's right. That's what I want. And then I did this. They don't get reset. It's like, damn it. But I think if I reset them... It's like, theoretically, it should set it to false. And then this should go through and set it to true. So then that should properly reset it. But it didn't seem to be the case. But seeing how it's doing it on start now... Well, I guess it was doing it on start the whole time. But I just didn't have enough out to recognize it. Fuck off. What do you fucking mean, you dumb fucking piece of fucking goddamn fucking shit? Yeah, and that's the issue, is that the connection is saying it is connected. Yeah, that's the check connections. Where if it's connected, then it will try to. No, that was a scenario where it didn't find a skill. Yeah, where it should say if it's null, then it should remove the connection and then remove that. Again, this feels wrong, but I can maybe fix that. Yeah, because it was like here. Like I said, this should be... I don't understand what it's doing. And I'm like, dude. Yeah, and then I don't think this is updating correctly, because it's doing this on, like, this is correct. But this should be on update. It's like, what? And it was, kinda. Fuck you, 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 fuck you. What the hell, man? What the hell, man? You stupid piece of fucking shit, goddammit. Fucking. This is making it look like it's not on update, except it. Oh. Yeah, okay, because of the snapping to the grid. But it doesn't, because I think it still uses the grid to detect where this. What the fuck? Huh? And now you decide. Oh yeah, that's connected. I can't remove the connections, but it's like it breaks out early. It should go through all the neighbors though, right? It should still, it goes through all the neighbors though. It's not like it. I don't, what the hell? Is this just a fucking, it's not detecting the neighbors correctly issue? It's doing it perfectly fine on start though. But what I wanted to do is do it here when you update it like that. Why do you keep trying to connect to the thing that's not active? It's clearly the one that is active trying to connect to the one that's not active. Oh, that only checks if it's null. Oh. Why was this not here? It's like, okay, no wonder it was doing that, because I never added the correct thing. Like, why did I not add the correct thing? I don't know. Okay, so again, I think this is ugly, but seeing how hard of a time I'm having trying to do proper recursion on this connection stuff, that. Okay, so now let's see if this fixes that orphan's connection issue. Well, it's not an orphan connection issue, it's a Fukin. The skill isn't active, and it's trying to connect. But it shouldn't be doing that. Well, it should be making the skill active. That's really what it is. Why do you work beautifully here? But then when I say, oh, I want to connect that, it's like, nah. Like, huh? You should be telling this through this neighbor to that neighbor. Like that. It's like, you do it for there, just fine. And if I find some magic set of positions of the Fukin things, you'll do it again. Yeah, like that. Where you're like, okay, now it's connected. Bugger off, you dumb pile of nonsense. Why? You're doing it perfectly fine on this on start. And I'm saying, hey, do it on update. And you're like, sometimes. No, all the time. All the dumb dad blasted time. It's an update. Well, and theoretically, these don't... Yeah, they don't properly disconnect right now. I'm not having it properly reset, but... Oh, wait. It should be when it's picked up. It's set connected to false. Right? Yeah, pick up. And then... Apparently I just didn't add that. Okay. Again, just like the connection issues, just forgot to add it. Okay. So now... That should work a little better. But it's still not going to connect it properly on update. Despite the fact that it's in an update and sort of working sometimes. Like here, it's like, why do you work beautifully? But then I say, oh, let's try that. And it's like, nah. Let's try that. Nah. Okay, so that disconnects correctly. This is still happening. You dumb? Why? It's not on start, I swear. I can see that it's on update. And that it sorta does it on update sometimes if it's feeling like it. Update. The start skill is telling the neighbors. Just like this check connections should also be running and saying, hey, if it's... No, it's because it should be null. If it's the top skill is null or the right skill, so that's the orphaned connection thing. It should be if it's null, then remove it. Should be removing the connection. I'm wondering because I'm not having any issues with positioning in this game. But I think it's also this game is on unit coordinates. Oh, that was just Unity saying, hey, I'm thinking about starting. Not actually starting. Yeah, I never had any issues with adjacencies on this. Holy heckums. Yeah, it's because I hadn't actually played with this all evening because I'm working on a different project, but... I just wanted to feel better about myself and the fact that the connections are working just fine here. But I think it's the dumb dad blasted fact that the grid is not uniform. And that I separated it out a little bit. Yeah, it's this dumb dad blasted gap that lets me actually see the connections. Why do you run this perfect on start? That's exactly what I want. But then when I do this, you should be getting rid of these connections. You should be... And then if I do that, it should be saying, uh-oh, oh no, I can't connect to the start. The whole thing falls apart. You dumb? Oh, you're just gonna try to run in the background forever. Okay. I just had an idea of something I wanted to screw with, just to... Yeah, like I said, I should be messing with the... And it, because that's the other thing, is this was working when I wasn't doing the recursive version. Oh, this is just exploding in the background even. Okay, yeah, no, I lied. We're not gonna mess with you. Why? That looks beautiful. That looks great. That looks fine. And then I try to add something else to it. And it should be on update. Yeah. That was what I wanted to test. That's what I wanted to screw with, is if I get rid of the gap and say, nah. What happens? This seems like an update issue, not a positioning issue. Why is there still a gap? Who authorized this? Where's this gap coming from? Okay. It's like, don't tell me it's just a gap issue. No, stop. Okay, I need to drag it onto the board there. Ah! Why'd you do it once? Oh, it's only connecting to start. These should also be. Yeah, these connections should be removed too. So that was a little better. Okay, where's this gap coming from? Because now it shouldn't have a gap. That's the canvas, the grid. Grid, cell gap, none. Tile map. Is this the size of the sprites? The sprites are... It's the size of the sprites. Yeah, okay. Because this hexagon is... That's the actual sprite size, instead of these. So that... Is or is not the issue, yes or no? So if I try to connect it here, that should connect that away, theoretically. But if I try there, I'm like, but it should... How is it going through all of the neighbors and getting all the way out to here? But if I try to do it here, the same fashion, where it's like, okay, this connected this away to get all the way out to there, but only if I put it here. Because this should still go through all of its neighbors. Which it'll say this one's connected. Yeah, it should go through all of its neighbors. Which it'll say, okay, that's the start. And that... Yeah, the start is already connected. That's fine. And then it'll go to the next one. Which is the one to the right. At least it should. Why are you so stupid? This is running on update. These aren't resetting their connection either. I'm resetting it when I pick them up. But when I place them... Okay, so, like, if I do that, you don't connect. Despite the fact that this should be connecting through here. Just like how all these are connecting. This is connected to this. Just like this should connect through that. So how in the world is it doing on start, but not on update? But if I do this, somehow, ta-da! Now if I do that, it's not going to work. But if I do that, it connects. But if I do that, it doesn't. So now you're going back to the, like, it's only doing it once. You're only looping through that first layer of connections. The start is saying, hey, the stuff that's adjacent is connected. But you're doing it correctly on start. And I'm using the same dumb dad blasted thing in update. It's not like I'm doing this on start, right? It's the rarity that I'm not using all. That's the connections that are still goofed. Yeah. But there's nothing special in the start. And then it's here. Set connected neighbors on update. I don't understand. What? So you run fine on start, but it's not on start. How is it doing this? It's in update. It's somehow running correctly once and then never again. Kind of, except it's only for that first layer. But if it was only for the first layer, then it shouldn't be getting out to the edge. It should just be only that first layer. It's like it does it correctly once. It doesn't do it correctly after that. But the code is the exact same. So how is it doing it correctly once? Or how is it not doing it correctly subsequently? Because it should still go through all the neighbors. And if I slap this here, doesn't do anything. If I slap this here, sure, no problem. If I slap this here, it doesn't do anything. But then how did you do this? How did you connect everything originally? Also, the gap doesn't seem to be any different. How is this working? But this is not. But this is working. But this is not. But it's running off the same recursive nonsense. I'm so happy with that sound effect. Fuck you, why? Because this should be connected. This should be connected. But if I do that, it's connected. But it's not... I'm not doing that special. I'm not saying only the first layer. Right? That's not... Because like I said, if it was only the first layer, then it wouldn't be. It should go out to the ends, and then the ends should connect to stuff too. What am I goofing up here? So I'm placing a new... So these two are connected. So that's because that's the issue. It's not that this is not connected. It's this and this are connected. I'm adding this. So then this on update is going to say here. If the neighbor... Wait. I think I'm putting it together. So if the neighbor is not null and the neighbor is connected, because it is connected, so these two are connected, then it'll skip over that and not connect out to the edge. Okay, so how do I... So if I get rid of this, I'm still afraid, because with the recursion, it's one of those things of like, if you goof it up, suddenly it goes from running fine to never ever running, never finishing. And this sounds... Yeah, okay, so it's running okay the first... So now it just, if it's not null, then it'll try to connect them. I think, let's see, it didn't explode. Stack Overflow, okay. Yeah, it's bouncing back and forth. It's saying, hey... Yeah, that's why I was saying only if it's connected. Or, you know, not connected. But it's because it's already a connected neighbor that I'm trying to add another not connected neighbor to. Which is where I feel like it should be this, where I reset whether it's connected. Like every turn, I say nobody's connected, and then the start goes out to everybody and connects them again. But now it's just gonna reset it to where none of them are connected. And the start's gonna say, I tried. You still doing a Stack Overflow? Oh. Because I needed to reinstate this. That's not... There we go. So I needed to reinstate this and then reinstate this. So it's like... So now, if I can just reset the connection... So I need to just clear... But this was making it so that they just weren't ever connected. They were just false the whole time. And it's like, it should be setting it to true after the update. Okay, maybe late update then? Yeah, that's the start skill, trying to connect it. So we'll do a late update then. So late update connected is false. I would have assumed order of operations it would set it to false. Well, it's not like it's running this. Well, no, and that was the thing, is if I say if it's connected, set the other neighbors to connected, doesn't work, because when you orphan it. Welcome. Thank you for the kapow. I may or may it might be premature. I haven't solved this yet. I think I'm close. What do you mean the collection was modified? That's sort of what I wanted. Oh, here? With this find neighbors? No, this collection's not getting modified. I need you to do this, though. Okay, on late update then? We're gonna start doing late update. Because it didn't seem to be doing the neighbors correctly either. Yeah, which it should be on update. You should be finding neighbors, but sure, we'll throw both of these under late update and see. Just find neighbors. Yeah. Okay, so that can bugger off. And if I go down here, this I think is the one that's the issue, right? Because you weren't complaining about the recursion earlier, despite the fact that you might need to because it's a recursion. Okay. And now cross all my fingers and toes and legs and arms and tie myself into a pretzel. Hope it doesn't explode. It didn't explode. Now, moment of truth being. Now, other moment of truth being. I disconnect everybody. I did it! The connections are still done goofed. But, there we go. So if you don't have this connecting node here, the whole thing turns off. Aw, hell yeah. Okay, so let's bugger off with you. Yeah, there we go. Hell yeah. That's what I'm talking about. Now you can properly orphan these. Like I said, the kapow was just slightly premature. Almost timed it, right? Okay. Why did you... Why can't I click on these? No! That's not even related! Why? That's not even a related thing, you dumb dad blasted mother flippin'. Yeah, it's technically kind of sort of a related thing. The Dungeon Beneath? I have that game, and it interested me, and I have not played it. Okay, it's because when you click on it for here, yeah, and connected, more than likely it's false, because late update is making it. No, it's late update then. No, no, ah! Okay, so now I gotta fix the connection stuff, and I gotta fix the... Yeah, but I made it more robust. It's gonna be a thing that's... so the... Add and remove and check connections. So what is the issue here? So it's checking the connection if it's connected, which it's not, meaning it never actually removes these. Right? So if I get rid of this, what happens? It probably explodes. It will explode, is my assumption. That's the theory. Now we shall test it with science to see if it explodes. So I didn't actually need to modify the recursion, so it was just a resetting the skills. Okay. So now if I do this. And now if I do this. Oh. It didn't explode and it is doing what I want. Oh, hell yeah. Oh, hell yeah. Yay! It only took forever because recursion is confusing. It hurts my brain. Oh, hell yeah. Okay. Now I need to do the actual, like, any of this actually means something. Which, that's, still... Okay. So that was all to fix this bug. No, not that bug. That bug got fixed. This bug. Skill connections can be marooned. There we go. Skills do not connect sometimes. I think I've fixed that. Doesn't seem to be having that issue. We'll see. Yeah, that's a future feature. Yeah, okay, still haven't fixed that. Yeah, okay, those are other... I need to work on the combat scenario here. So... Gotta do a victory sip. Victory hydrate. Man, I keep thinking the kidney stone's like, it's gone. I don't feel it. And then I stop drinking. Like I don't. I take one moment to not drink water, and then it's like, oh, I feel it. Gotta chug more water again. Like hopefully it's only another week, and then it should be gone. Maybe 2. Yeah, but the pain's gone from next to nothing to sometimes nothing to if I don't drink water. Or if I drink water, I don't feel it. Oh yeah, and that's connected all the way around. But then if I do that... Okay. Oh, yeah, this was the new issue. It's like clicking. These are becoming false and true so many times over that when I click it, it's false, apparently. Despite the fact that it looks true the entire time. Okay, so this I just don't need. I don't know if I ever needed it or not. I don't need it now. No, shift tab, that's what I meant. There we go. So now the clicking on the thing. So I got that audio, that beautiful, beautiful bloop, 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 bloop that I wanted. So the issue being it is not connected when it gets to... Oh, I can take points away. Because it's not checking that. How do I fix that though? It's like it's... Because visually, it looks like it's connected, so it should be... Yeah, because this is late update, is when it's doing connected as false. Is mouse over after late update? That doesn't make sense, but I mean, it sure looks like it's, you know, after late update right here, but okay, the problem with doing this is that you can just add it to inactive skills. Okay, let's just make sure that it is connected is the issue. Is really what it is. So if I hit the button. Yep. Is that okay? No, because then it's, you can tell that it's adding a point and then removing a point. It's like you should not be able to click it. So it is the connected being the issue. Yes, it's so beautiful. What are you doing inside? So beautiful. Yeah. Excuse me. That's also part of this. If you could also connect that to the rest of the stuff, that would be good. I guess this does have the maybe unintended side effect of... No, that's probably fine that it does the animation when you place it. It's just because I could see it flash a little bit. Probably one of those things I could just leave. I could just leave it for now and focus on this of, you know, actually finishing the gameplay loop. It's probably a good idea. One of those, like, you know, just saying. And then... Yes! It's so beautiful. Yeah! Oh, is that... So if I do this, and then I disconnect this, so it does properly refund me. Okay, good. Sweet. This is functioning better than I would have thought. Okay, why are you being picky about this 0-0? That's some weird fluke that's never gonna happen again, right? Okay, now I need to actually get this working. So I need this to actually affect stats, which is this player stats, which is here, which... Do I have a don't destroy unload script? Because I'm thinking that's what I'm going to do, is just there's going to be a player stats that jumps between both scenes. How am I making the player? Because that's combat manager. Behold, combat. That's just you. So then it would just be in here. Let's go find the... Dang it. Should have been working on the combat scene. I mean, this is all good. Well, that's just because I wanted to have the gameplay loop. Okay, you know what? Let's do... Do I want to switch out the icons? No, at this point, I'm like, let's just stick with a small number of icons, a small number of skills. Sure, it's not going to make for the most interesting of content, but... Okay. Because I think I actually have the stats sort of working. I just haven't attached them to anything. Wait, you have stats? Okay, there. Yeah, you have some kind of stats. Yeah, there we go. Apply effect. Which this is not actually attached to. Okay, so let's do that then. So what is this then? So the effect is a bunch of nothing. So this should be... Well, because it's not add health, it's set health? Yeah, because if I look at the stats, adding health is... Yes, adding health. So I want to set max health is, I think, actually what I want this to be. Well, really it should be all of these. So set max health to... Well, I can't just straight up say set it to... Because this is one skill. One skill should be adding to the max health. Which is probably why I was doing... Yeah, because set max health is just straight up set it. Okay, because it's gonna sort of be times the skill points. So, like, it's if it hits 5 health and you put 5 skill points in, then it's 25 health, but... So I guess the stats here would just get reset on update. So this is another late update. I guess max health would be 0. This seems like a weird and dangerous way to do this, but this is probably why it's probably a weird and dangerous way to do this. It's like, okay, so maybe it's not via the skill point thing here. So, because now I'm thinking every time you, so here when you, yeah. Okay, let's break this up a little bit to say this is audio. Oh wait, I'm doing the same audio clip, I'm not doing the same here. Okay, so let's do... It's one of those all the way at the bottom kind of things. Play audio. And then we slap this stuff. I mean, that's a little more obvious that it's playing audio. And then here, since all of that's the same, play audio. There we go. That's a little more cleaned up. Okay, that's so little. There we go. Okay. Now, the whole thing I was doing was the apply effect. I think. So here, apply effect. And then here will be a remove effect. Oh, I don't. Never actually made that. Okay. Oh, I was gonna say, it should be one reference now. Yeah, goof. Let's add health versus. So it could be change health. And then just put in a positive or negative number. Did I say? I thought I said change health. Oh, I guess you could add negative health. Okay, so what I want to do is do a... Because I want it to be the max health. Yeah, their health, max health, so... It's one of those things that's... it's initially going to take forever. But once you get over that initial bit, it's going to take off. Okay, so we're going to do an add max health. So this is when you click it, it'll add some more max health. And then here... This works in this one scenario here. And then just remove that. Okay. So this should probably be visible. Yes, so I guess we'll see. If I do, I know there are nulls there. You can bugger off. I'll get around to it. So the effect, yeah, it's a sum total of nothing. So you can make it 5. I don't know why we're starting with 5s. Did I just forget a? Oh. There we go. Again, I don't think this is... Well, it's just because... This works when it's just straight up adding and removing numbers, but I think if I wanted to do, like, adding a skill that does a certain effect over time kind of a thing, I don't know that this is gonna cut it, but... And this is a stats... So this is changing a stats variable that is not attached, right? Yes. So, how do attach? Probably just like this. probably want to call it player stats. And like I said, I think this is the thing that I'm just gonna bounce. I already called it player stats. That's always a good sign when past me and future me line up. It's much like an eclipse. Stats. So now all of this so that I can get a number to go up or down. So now the health ones. You're a health one. And then if I go look at player stats, which I am looking at, and hey, sweet. Now when I go over here, it's not gonna do anything. It's not gonna exist. It's not gonna be there. But I do have a don't destroy on load for the menu, which I don't know if that's good, but that's what I'm doing. Okay. Here. Okay, what I think I want to do is actually just do a script that's a don't destroy on load. The only thing it's gonna have is this. Don't destroy on load. Oh, I gotta answer this. I will be back. Okay. As always happens. I get into a flow and then get interrupted. Oh, I was doing a quick don't destroy on load. So awake. Well, I can just pull it over from you. And then I can slap the don't destroy on load here. And I can slap it here. Yes, so cool. Yeah, so now this is actually adding. Okay, and then we hit start combat and then player stats here with that 250 max health. Heck yeah! Oh, hell yeah. Okay, the tooltip needs to be updated to properly reflect what is happening there. So the tooltip. I thought I had a tooltip. Do I have a tooltip script? No. So then, where's the text getting set? There's part of the text. That's the skill point text. Oh, that's that text, the tooltip. Okay, wait, who's using the description text then? Description text. Yeah, okay. So I'm just not seeing it. There we go. And then I need effect. There we go. Oh, so then it should be max health. Oh, and then meaning I probably do need to switch it so that it's more human readable. So where's all the other instances? I guess spread out it. No! No! Dadgummit. There we go. Gaming? Yeah, you're right. Okay, so now it's gonna look... No, it's not gonna read. The text is not gonna read correctly. I went out of my way to make it say the wrong thing. I think I probably do need to have the player stats as like a UI thing somewhere. And it actually lists out how much health, how much speed, how much damage. Yeah, but now I have it so that if you do that, then suddenly you lose access to that. Oh, look at all those juicy health skills way the heck out here. Ah! It's gotta be put down as a bug. Boo. Big useless junk. I should go watch the rest of those videos. If there's more. Bugs. Maximum health. All the health. Nothing but the health. $595 health. Okay. Yeah, I'm not gonna worry about attaching it. So, is there any other little... I keep doing other little things with this. Oh, that's the moving and placing skills is still gonna be a bit bugged. But that's... Okay, next thing is the combat. Yeah, so at this point, it is just the combat. But at least this is feeling pretty smooth to just connect and disconnect. Oh, kinda. Yeah, but it's in this that it's when you click on it to add stuff. That's why I wanted to have it be that like half second to move them, but yeah, it's not great, but it's fine for now. Yeah, I think I do kind of need to figure out if I want to do, because I could either do it, you know, Super Autopats Combat, or it's fully turn-based, or do something like Dwarves Glory, Death, and Loot. Okay, that's a future Ryan thing, though. It is Betty by time. Oh, it is make a build to say, here's what I did today. That's really what time it is. 9 January. Yeah, so next it's Behold Combat. There we go. Oh, I need to make this, I need to make the audience even wider. That's really what that's telling me. Yeah, so just like I was, okay. Okay, but I did the video, I can call it quits. And I could probably leave it on this scene anyway, because this is the next thing, is to get the, well, I have all the animations and stuff, but it's to actually attach them to stuff. I don't think I have the little projectile sprite that I usually, oh, that's not the issue. The issue is actually you. Let's do like -6. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Okay, the ones over here aren't even insane, but... And I probably want to squeeze them together anyway. We'll do one more layer. Okay. So then it's all combat. Now these little guys just need to punch each other. And or shoot each other. Oh, and yeah, I thought about starting a main menu. Yeah, I'll worry about getting like a reward. Go back to the previous screen later. Oh, I should probably do like a, well, no, I did a hold to move. It's fairly satisfying to dump them in there, so probably fine. Yeah, there's one issue there is if you don't hold and drag it properly. There's actually enough health skills. Yeah, I used up all the points. Okay. Okay, now I'm done. So just I keep fussing with things. Okay, it's 9:30. It's time to go to bed. Goodbye, good night, good luck. Bye.